Hello and welcome to the CTB show. Today is mid-January. The weather is who cares. Hot take is my background on the virtual. You can see it on YouTube. Welcome to the show. Me name is Evan the Mayor. That is somewhere. Brian the Levy.
Hi!
Yeah,
Where
hey.
we go one, we go all.
And coming from the IT desk is Casey the Kasem.
I'd like to phone a friend.
Oh. Continuing the tradition of game show quotes. Thank you.
Casey really is our guy in the chair.
Oh, for sure.
Literally, I'm in a chair.
We're all in chairs except for Brian, actually. Casey, are you using your chair that we bought basically simultaneously on the internet?
Yeah.
Nice.
I am.
We gotta give those guys a shout out at some point, but not today because they're not paying us. Top of the show, plugs, ladies and gentlemen. My infant abilities on video editing are getting slightly leveled up. I'm a level 3 now, so all of the things that I'm putting on YouTube at this point, including this podcast, will include visual flourishes. When we do shout outs, there's going to be like an explosion on the screen. At some point, there will be a literal graphical introduction via the theme song that is not going to involve us just boogieing down in a tripod fashion when we don't have a guest. Anyway, that's about it. Big mad props to Zach Electronic Golf, who sent us some money on Venmo because he was like, hey, thanks for the content, but also, hey guys, why don't you have a Patreon? And I would like to bring this up. Why don't we have a Patreon? The answer is, it's a lot of work.
Because you have to produce if people are paying you.
For sure, and I'm the only one doing it. So I'll gladly send people beef jerky in the mail for Patreonage. I don't know. You want to sign up?
What if instead of a Patreon, we did an OnlyFans and I just sent out dick pics?
Whose dick?
Mine.
Oh, yours. No.
Yeah.
No. I think it should be a Dick of the Month Patreon.
You would automatically be subscribed. You would pay to not see it.
Right. Yes. You're paying.
That's right.
You're subscribing to not see Brian's dick.
If you don't send us $20 a month, I will text you pictures of my dick.
Right. Brian will,
I think it's fair.
Brian will identify you as a listener or a viewer and track you down on Instagram and send you dick pics, unless you pay.
Well, that's just kind of how I live my life. I send people dick pics until they send me $20.
Right. It's
Don't give me your phone number.
Very good. On tonight's program, because it is the evening, it's going to be Martin Luther King Jr. Day tomorrow. Shout out to that fine gentleman. Damn, I blew it. That was my shout out. We're going to be... Each of us has a topic, and each of us will get to field said topic. I think Casey has the strongest topic, so we'll do his last. I'm going to do mine first. My topic today, as it pertains to Baltimore, is the girlfriend and I, the other night, we were doing a little date night action. And we were like, hey, we're going to get some booze from the place down the street and also get some carry-out or delivery. And then after like a several-day period of time, because all dining is shut down in Baltimore, I was like, what? Oh, wait a minute. No. Hold on. We actually can go to a restaurant. We just have to leave the city. A thing I first noticed when I was delivering to you, Casey, your bag o' jerky. And
it's almost gone, by the way.
Oh, very good. I noticed that all of the sports bars and whatnot on the way were like, people were out in the parking lot like smoking cigarettes and clearly were having a very good time. And I was like, oh, fuck. Places outside of Baltimore City are enjoying themselves and probably getting sick, but, what are you going to do?
As somebody who also likes to go to dinner with people, I completely forgot about any place that isn't Baltimore City to go and enjoy myself and have a meal.
Right. Right.
There's nothing good in the surrounding counties, right? Like, I guess you could get a club at High Tops or something.
Yeah, I mean, like if you want to truck out to Ellicott City and go to one of those one of them joints, you know, or something, even High Tops to me is like a luxury at this point.
Well, I'm just waiting for. I'm really just waiting for shit to get warm so I can like sit on a patio and listen to some boomer play fucking guitar. Like that's what I'm waiting for. You know,
I will say that is not what I'm waiting for. I can't stand those places where it's just some random dude with a guitar.
I love it.
Jamming out and singing terribly in my face, and I'm just like, no.
I want to hear.
But to be fair, does anything bring you joy besides, you know, tubing?
Tubing.
I want to hear every 55-year-old in the greater Baltimore metropolitan area sing Wagon Wheel just once.
No, Wonderwall. Wonderwall.
Well,
you're my Wonderwall.
You know, maybe a life is a highway, Casey. All right, I wrote it. This one's for my little daughter. It's very special. Father of mine, tell me where have you been?
You know everything is beautiful.
Okay, all right. I know this is not necessarily a topic, and I'm coming up off the top of my head. What is the number one song? And I feel like I got it with Wagon Wheel. What is the number one song of 55-year-olds playing guitar at bars? It's Imagine. Imagine.
Oh, it's Imagine.
Is one. Oh yeah.
It's going to go
the
Leonard Skinner.
worst John Lennon song.
Casey, Brian and I just took a drink. What are you drinking?
Water.
Go!
You can't see it.
Ew. Hell no, H2O, Casey.
We don't serve water at this bar.
All the girls at Coyote Ugly are real pissed at you.
Piper Posey is mad. What's her name?
Piper Parabo. Parker Posey.
Parker Posey's mad too.
Is a different person.
Okay, anyway, so of all the restaurants in the counties that we could have gone to, we didn't. We just ordered like delivery Mexican food, and I gotta tell you,
La Tolteca is the answer, but continue.
Right, I'm not gonna name the establishment that we got the food from, but we got fries and queso. Imagine it, cheese fries.
Taco Bell
fries, cheese fries, nacho fries.
No, but the fries aren't back on the menu yet. Not till March.
Not yet, but when we were hotly anticipating this pile of fries with queso and, on the side, dip those fries in there and blah, blah, blah. It was a $10 appetizer. And what arrived was basically a fistful of boardwalk fries, shoestring style, very floppy, wet to the touch, and 2 cups of queso. It was horrible. Horrible.
I have a question. And this is as a non-industry person. How much of a responsibility did restaurants have to up their game for a COVID takeout world?
I mean, if you want to talk about a free market society, which a lot of the people that own these restaurants are very fond of until they have to shut down because of a pandemic, yeah, I would say step your game up, bro. And a lot of them did. All of them did, like the carry-out drinks and this and that and the other. Okay, Brian. This one in particular, yeah, all right. Just going to have to beep that one. But I feel like a lot of them, most of them did, and the ones that don't, like, no, that's unacceptable. Because it's not like you've got people and this is not a place that has, like, tables. Okay, it's primarily a carry-out place.
To begin with.
So they don't have any excuse.
Can you put it in the chat which what it is? Casey,
No.
let's vamp. Let's vamp while Evan puts it in the chat.
Okay.
I'm putting it in the
So
chat.
Brian,
Okay. Lame. Casey, I like your Grateful Dead sweatshirt. That's what I was going to go with. We'll continue with this hot restaurant chat. There have been so many different posts. About how I think they're all racially motivated. Brandon Scott is destroying the economy of Baltimore. And it's like, when are we going to say, what is the cutoff for deaths for these? I think my real question is, why does every restaurant owner in Baltimore seem to be just a flaming Republican asshole?
I'm glad you asked that, Brian, because all of the chatter I've seen on Facebook is basically like Brandon Scott's a clown, and then they do these clown memes of Brandon Scott wearing clown makeup.
Why can't he cut his hair?
Yeah, I mean,
assholes.
It's a continuing thread of what we've spoken about on this podcast from previous episodes of like thinly veiled, just like, ooh, more of the same. Derp, derp, derp. Brandon Scott is stealing money from the people of Baltimore, and I'm like,
he makes $200,000 a year. Like, if I have to see one more post about 194K, I'm going to lose my fucking shit. Like, isn't it 194,000? Like, is that the number they're throwing around?
Right.
Like,
what do you suppose is the appropriate amount of money that a mayor of a major metropolitan city should make? Also, the accusations that Brandon Scott has never actually worked a job in his life, and I'm like, well, he actually worked at an HVAC company right out of college, and then went to be one of the young Democrats working for SRB. Like, yes, he's worked jobs. Like,
also,
this idea that a 36-year-old guy who's never worked a job in his life is somehow this like fetid politician that is on the grift or something like that. Like, he hasn't had time to do that. I mean, he has, but he doesn't.
It's a really, so one of the books I read last semester was about it wasn't quite the romanticization of the working class that Hillbilly Elegy was, but it did attempt to make some certain explanations for the extreme racism of every white worker in America. But one of the things is the idea that going to college and having a desk job makes you unworthy. It makes you not one of the people, less masculine and shit like that. And every time I see this, he's never worked a day in his life. It's like, it's just not true. What? Because he doesn't like have a fucking bar rag sticking out of his back pocket? Yeah. Like, suck my dick. Maybe I don't want someone with a bar rag in his back pocket being the fucking mayor. How about that? Like,
Brian, let's not like job shame, because
but Casey,
if their background, if they were a bar back and somehow they made it, then they're just a bar. Look at AOC. Right. She's just a bartender.
Like, the goalposts keep shifting, and the only thing you can't be, the only thing that really is an acceptable job, full-time job, is white male. Like, son of a bitch.
I'm glad that we.
You must have it made, Brian.
I'm glad that we Oregon trailed our way to making this the initial topic of, hey, we had a date night and we could have gone to the county restaurants to politics. I'm very.
But pleased. Isn't it? But okay, so then just to highlight, just to be fair, what are some of our favorite restaurants in the county?
Oh, in the county. Well,
yes.
One of mine.
I've already said La Tolteca. Love it.
Very good.
Few locations all over the place.
Yeah, do they have one in Glen Burnie? Is that what I'm thinking of?
They're all over the place.
Okay. There's a place in Ellicott City called the Trolley Stop. I'm a big fan. They do a chicken Chesapeake that I enjoy thoroughly.
And there's some other place that I've been there in Ellicott City. Like, I think it's a brewery, but maybe like they outsource their shit. It's Christ, I wish I could. Whatever. Ellicott City's great, and honestly, after the floods and the COVID, they need your help.
They do. We actually went there after the whole Kitchen Nightmares, whatever thing, Ellicott City edition, and
God, that Kitchen Nightmares episode aired like the third week of February.
I know.
And then COVID happened.
It was so horrible.
Amazing.
Casey, you live out
because the big prize was they were going to put something up on the jumbotron,
right,
for the Orioles, and there was no season. Well,
yeah.
I mean, we weren't allowed to go. Fantastic. Oh, Gordon, I love you.
Boy, Casey, you live out in Dundalk. What are some of your favorite restaurantes out in that way? I mean, let me ask you this, but also let me ask you: have you ever been to the Edgemere region of your neck of the woods?
Yeah, like not regularly, but we've been out that way
to get a little pit beef, some barbecue, some old.
Oh, are you talking about it? What's the name of that place? I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. There's a couple of them.
No.
Chaps.
Okay.
No, Chaps is not in Edgemere. Edgemere is like real waterbilly territory. It's very.
I don't think there are any Jews there, so I've never been.
Definitely not. Probably not a single one.
Never set foot.
Cruisers. That's where we go there for pit beef quite frequently.
I'm sorry.
That's pretty good.
What was that again?
Cruisers.
Cool. And any
other the number one pit beef place of gays and parks. Cruisers.
Yeah, cruising.
Maybe, I don't know.
Any other joints in Dundalk that you thoroughly enjoy?
So I do like Costas Inn. They're actually they don't have their dining room open right now. It's just carry out. But we've actually been doing a lot of carry out from now I'm blanking on the name. There's a place that we go to quite frequently. There's also Joanne's Cafe, which they're kind of new in this area, and they're pretty good. The place that we go to, I cannot remember right now.
My favorite restaurant is the hot dog stand in front of all Home Depots.
Oh yeah,
they're all shut down, by the way.
Never was a legit restaurant, but Pollock Johnny's, man, I miss it. I used to love going to Lexington Market and getting one of them Polish sausages with the works on it.
Oh, you know that if Pollock Johnny wasn't dead, he'd have something. It's a good thing Pollock Johnny is dead, because otherwise I feel like he'd be Baltimore's My Pillow guy.
Yeah, probably.
and no one needs that.
Yeah, but Brian, we already have multiple My Pillow guys in Baltimore. They're just not like making millions of dollars on pillows.
Welcome to Nick's show. Not Nick's. Wherever.
Jimmy's. Riley's.
Jimmy's. Are we sure those? Have we ever seen those two people in the same room at the same time?
Wait, who?
The Rileys and the Jimmy Seafood people, have they ever been in the same room at the same time? Are we sure they're different people?
I'm sure they are different people.
Okay,
I've interviewed both of them separately for freelance stuff back in the day, and yeah.
Complicit, got it.
Yeah. Different people. All right, that's my topic. So I guess we can get to the next one, and then we'll do shout outs, and we'll move along to the next part of the show. Who wants to go next?
Well, I think we said Casey's is the strongest, and I'm looking forward to his list because I have some things to say with my own lists.
Then we'll do his last because I do feel like it is the strongest, and it will take up the most time.
Okay. All right. I don't think mine is going to. I think I've got some. I think mine has some twists and turns, and I think I've got a couple different things to say about it. So Phil Spector died either last night, today, whatever.
Baltimore's own Phil Spector.
Yeah, this is we're taking a wider view. We're taking a wide view on this one.
Brian, can you tell me? So I know roughly who he is. I know that he's important. Why what has he done that I care about?
Okay, great question.
Very good question.
Phil Spector changed music as you know it into what you know it as, and then he shot the lady who played Mrs. Vargas in Fast Times at Ridgemont High in a diner parking lot in Los Angeles.
What year was that?
He did the music thing in the 60s, and he shot the lady in the 2000s.
Okay,
right?
I vaguely remember the trial.
Yes. He is not somebody who was ever a good person. Like, the reason he's important is mostly because he made women famous, but he was also super controlling, abusive, and then finally killed one. B movie actress Lana something or other. Real sad. I can't remember her name, but honestly, she's Mrs. Vargas, and she's the hot lady who's with the science teacher at the end of Fast Times. Like, I'll never forget her.
To tack on to what Brian has been saying about him being a producer, he invented the wall of sound, which is essentially like all of those mixers that you see like in every scene and everything where people are recording music in a studio. He invented that, which is very, very profound in terms of how music is produced in general now.
So, I mean, when you think the Phil Spector Christmas music, you got to think, well, first off, Ronnie Spector, his wife, Be My Little Baby is Phil Spector. Darling Love, Baby Please Come Home, Christmas Time or whatever that song, Phil Spector. Phil Spector gives you Christmas or whatever that album is. Like, I could listen to that shit in fucking July. Like, it's
Christmas time gift for you.
Yeah, it's just that fucking good. Like, so I think for me, Phil Spector is his mitts are on so much shit, and it really is separate the art from the artist kind of thing. Because as much as like he relied on a female voice, like these are all like his visions, like they really are. Like he is for me the ultimate. Oh, I can ignore how shitty Phil Spector is because I just can't stop listening to this shit. Like, that's why Phil Spector is important. He's a fucking scumbag who deserves to be dead. But god damn did he do good work. Like, it's just weird, And I feel like it's a real, like in 2020, like 2021, whatever year it is, like, you can't come up, what is like the greatest Christmas hit of the last 30 years? There's only one. It's
Mariah Carey.
It's Mariah Carey. It's Mary Carey. It's Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas Is You. Is there any other song? And that guy put out like fucking 15 of them on one album.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just for that is insane. But like, then if you just add in all of his pop hits and like, the dude is fucking amazing. Like, do you have to be a shitty white guy to do good work? I don't know. Seems to help.
I think one of my takeaways is as it pertains to the relationship with an artist's work versus their, demons. You've got Michael Jackson, you've got Spector, you've got R. Kelly, you've got all of these people that did horrible, horrible things but put out very good work. And it's like, ooh, I'm so torn because I'm not allowed to like Gary fucking Glitter, right? Like Rock and Roll Part 2. Great.
It's just gone from your life.
Right. Great arena track. Like everyone loved it at every hockey game and every basketball game ever.
Gone from your life.
And then it turns out like, oh, he was going to Thailand and raping little boys. Unapologetic about it too. And so that guy,
hey man, it's legal there. All right.
Yes, he can burn in hell. I'm saying like for what's the director's name that butt fucked the kid?
Ratner? No, Bryan Singer.
Yeah, Polanski. Sorry. It's so complicated in terms of his situation because he was like a Holocaust survivor and was in the 60s and doing Quaaludes with everybody in Hollywood, and this kid was in a hot tub with him, and blah, blah, blah. And if you watch...
You forgot about that time that Charlie Manson murdered his wife and unborn child.
Sorry, yes, I did. I did neglect to include that part. So, a lot of layers on that layer cake of...
I'm also a Roman Polanski apologist, and I don't feel good about it either.
I'm not an apologist for him. I am saying I've watched the documentary on HBO, and I forget what it's called, but the girl that was the victim of his abuse is even to this day saying like, let's just drop this. Like, this is done. It's over. Like I'm an adult. I have children. I'm living my life. He's in France or whatever. Like, stop it. But that's a complicated situation. Whereas it comes to Phil Spector, not so much. Guy just shot.
It's easy.
He just shot a lady in the face.
It's easy for me to watch Chinatown, but like, I'm not watching The Pianist or anything. I'm not like, Phil Spector had put out a record from jail. I'm not listening to it, Like, when Ender's Game came out, like, as a kid, I fucking loved Ender's Game. But Orson Scott Card is just such a shitty dude. And I think we're forgetting one of my big ones. And that's my best friend, Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah, Bill Cosby.
I can easily say I haven't watched a Cosby Show episode in 7 or 8 years.
It's just kind of, it would be weird to watch it.
Right?
Watching Leonard Part 6.
It's not go 7 or 8 days.
I mean, getting to our next segment, watching Leonard Part 6, for me, is just no longer joyful.
Right, and I don't know how to wake up if not for my elaborate alarm clock setup that projects Leonard Part 6 onto my... And every day I wake up sad.
I mean, I'm broken. Every single day I had a copy of Leonard Part 6 that I would put on to watch before I go to work.
Sidney Poitier was counting on those Ghost Dad residuals because Sidney Poitier, never forget, Sidney Poitier, one of the actors of our generation, directed Ghost Dad. He was counting on those residual checks to keep coming, and they'll never come back.
He directed Ghost Dad? The cinematic classic Ghost Dad.
Yup.
Wow.
You want to know what the Rotten Tomato score of Ghost Dad is?
Well, stay tuned for
that. Is it 0?
No. We're not yet. Because it is now time for the internet sensation. Sweeping the nation. It's time for shout-outs.
I love it.
Shout-outs. This is the part of the show in which we do not take a break and we give mad props, aka shout-outs, to persons, places, and things that are giving us jollies and improving our quality of life. Casey, I know there are slim pickings on the fam zone this week, but what do we got?
Chris says, shut up to...
No, that's a shut up.
Wait, I'm sorry. Rewind that. Hannah says, shout out to alcohol for getting us through the 20th and the impending Civil War.
Wait, do that again?
Shout out to alcohol for getting us through the 20th and the impending Civil War.
Very good. Yeah, I guess...
Very good South Park
yeah, the schnapps. The next episode will be post-inauguration, so as last episode was post-insurrection, we'll see what happens next Wednesday. Woo!
We'll be coming to you from a cave someplace.
I hope.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me. And Casey, that's it, right?
No, Zach Electric Golf says, shout out to just a few more days.
Yes. Also, shout out to him for that donation. Thank you, sir. Casey, what do you got for yourself?
This is really dumb, but oven cleaner, because I've never used it in my adult life, and now the door on the oven is just so clean, and now I feel like I'm finally an adult.
No, I love
Very
that.
good, Casey.
I love that.
Very good.
When you get a nice, sparkly kitchen appliance, you deep clean it. Oh, yeah, nothing feels better. Aside from when you do the tub, then that feels really good. Because you realize how much human filth has been accumulating in that goddamn thing for months. And then you get it out of the way. Brian, what's your shout-out?
My shout-out is to Schadenfreude. As mentioned earlier, we did do a post-insurrection show. As the week has gone, the fallout continues to be just wonderful. I've especially enjoyed the story of the Texas real estate agent who has been arrested. She chartered a private jet to fly to D.C., took many Instagrams, maybe some TikToks, whatever, just many social media posts about her storming the Capitol, and ended at least one of them with, you know who to go to for your real estate needs. Fuck you, bitch.
I thoroughly enjoyed the one who the lady was like, I got maced, and she said she was from Knoxville, Tennessee.
I'm Elizabeth from Knoxville, right? Is that what it was?
Turns out she's from Bowie, Maryland.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good
Is
stuff.
that the person that was rubbing the onions in her eyes?
Guy, I don't know.
Well, she's playing chess then, and honestly, I'm a fan. I also like the guy who stormed the Capitol, and then now he won't eat because his prison meals aren't organic.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
they gave him the organic meals. My favorite though is
You know what's organic, Casey? These nuts.
Oh.
Nailed it.
Did you hear about there was I don't know how many people were doing it, but there was women that were changing their like Tinder profiles to say they were conservatives, and then they started getting like these DMs like, hey look, I was at the Capitol, I was there, and then it was just a big honeypot, and then they just forwarded it all to the FBI.
Oh, I love a good internet
amazing.
honeypot.
Can I tell you though how disgusting some of these fucking dating profile apps are? Like, if you're a liberal, don't message me. Not 420 friendly. I don't drink. And if you're a liberal, don't message me. It's like, don't fucking worry about it, babe.
One of my least favorite tropes on those internet dating profiles was like, if you don't like dogs, fuck off. Or you know, like,
also,
I hate cats.
But here's a question. Where did all these girls meet elephants?
The zoo.
They all have pictures of elephants on the profile.
All right, we got to get on with these shout-outs. The song is already over. So my shout-out this week is to Nachos. Very simple. Straightforward. Nachos.
Self-explanatory. They're nachos.
All right, who's left? Who needs a shout-out to be made? Casey.
I already did my shout-out.
You did it. Brian.
Did one.
You did it. We did it. Whee!
Hey.
Moving along to the second third of the show. I don't even know what to say. Casey, you had a very good topic in mind in the group chat. So send it.
We can kind of mold it as we see fit, but the original idea was the best movies that are in like below 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
These are best movies.
I was going to say these are movies that we like that like have low scores on Rotten Tomatoes. But
yes. So for example, Hook has like a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is grossly unfair.
Here's a question.
No, it's not.
Is that Steven Spielberg's lowest rated on the Tomato Meter film? Because I don't think that it is. No, it's got to be 1940.
It's got to be 1941.
I agree. We'll let Casey Bot 5000 do the calculations on that. But before the show, we were trying to figure out like what is the finite amount of zeros on Rotten Tomatoes, and I started calling out films left and right.
Ooh.
And we were, going over the scores. And a lot of the Happy Madison films are zeros. Your Bucky Larson's, your what's that one that the something six, Ridiculous Six. That's
the Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
The Hateful Eight, yeah.
Well then, let's go with my
Brian.
Recently mentioned Ghost Dad.
Oh,
9%.
Ghost Dad is 9%.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here's an interesting one.
What's Leonard Part 6?
That must be a 0. Casey, just Control F that thing. Control, yeah.
Leonard Part 6 is 9%.
9?
Ooh. What is Star Trek 5?
Oh, it's got to be rotten, but it's not a 0 or anything like that.
33.
Final Frontier?
Yep.
21%.
Oh.
Ooh, that's bad.
That's bad.
What is Ghostbusters 2?
Oof. Okay, hold on. Before he announces it, this is now the game. We're gonna guess.
Okay.
Ghostbusters 2, I think, is a 52. Ooh.
Thanks, Brian.
We should keep track of our scores and see how far off we are from the actual number.
So you said 52.
I did.
I'm
I
going with
immediately
the 73.
regret. I immediately regret that 52. I think it's probably a little lower.
I went 73.
You went 73 for Ghostbusters 2.
Uh-huh.
That is a bold guess there, Brian. So the actual number is 54.
Whoa!
Ooh. And Price is Right, you did.
Yay me.
Okay. I just need to calibrate my picker. That's all I'm doing here.
All right.
So
I like
getting back to the original intent. Some of my favorite movies of all time, like from childhood, because
what is Goonies?
Goonies is probably like it's in the 70s or the low 80s. It can't be in the 90s. It just can't.
I'm going to say 65.
Another Spielberg film, by the way.
It's a Richard Donner film, but thank you.
You said 65, Brian?
Oops.
It might even be Chris Columbus.
Evan, what say you?
What did I say?
I think
you said it's in the 70s,
I said
but
in
not
the 70s
the 90s.
or low 80s. I'm going to go 73.
Actual retail price?
76.
Whoa!
Getting closer. All right, keep going.
All right. Who picked? Brian picked Goonies, so now Evan, it's your turn.
Okay. So one of my favorite films from when I was a young lad that got absolutely cornholed at the box office in 1989 because it came out at the same time as Tim Burton's Batman. That movie is entitled UHF, starring Weird Al Yankovic. I think this movie.
That's the reason.
Yes.
That's the reason.
If it shut up, Brian. If it had come out during like January in the dump season, it probably would have made a lot more money. But it came out at the same time as Batman. Joel Batman.
Weird Al was massive. Weird Al was massive in 1989. There's no way around it.
He actually was. And the movie is very fucking funny, and I think the movie it deserves in the 80s, but I think it's got like a 62.
I got no dog in this fight. I'm going to say it is a 53.
And final price is a 64.
Evan, you are good at this. Okay. I want to follow the Michael Richards thread. And I'm taking it straight to Problem Child.
Whoa! Oh, John Ritter.
I haven't picked one. I haven't picked one yet. So
okay, you can pick one after Problem Child because I put it out there.
Problem Child.
And I will start. With a 12% on Problem Child.
Problem Child. I'm gonna go 24.
Oh,
hold on. Brian, what did you say?
I said 12.
And what did you say, Evan?
Evan said 24.
24, and I think Brian's probably closer.
Actual price, 0.
Oh, shit!
So
wow!
If we're playing Price is Right rules, you've technically both lost that one. But
yeah, but
we'll give it to Brian.
I haven't gotten within 10 this entire game.
Well, Brian, I was off by 24, so whatever.
Also, Problem Child, while not a good movie, it's amazing.
It's not amazing.
Okay. All right,
bad.
Casey, I want to hear yours. But then, Evan, I have one that I think you and I are going to have a lot to say about. Casey, throw out one.
So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1990 live-action film.
Oh. Do you already have the score up? Or this isn't fair, Casey. Okay.
Well, Casey hasn't been guessing the whole time.
No, I'm not guessing.
Yeah, he's not guessing. This is just you and me. I'm having a great time.
Gotcha. I think this movie has to be rotten. It can't be fresh.
I disagree. Right off the bat.
Think about who was reviewing movies in 1989.
Fine, then let me lead. 85%.
Okay, 85%. I'm going to go with 48.
Final price, 40%. But the audience score is 81.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, no,
right.
I absolutely... This is an absolutely clear-cut case where it's a fan film. Everyone who watched it as a kid loved it, but the critics are like, this is bullshit.
I think that was a concurrent critical consensus, and that movie has had a reevaluation in later years. Only because every other Ninja Turtle movie to come out since then is hot fucking garbage.
Absolutely. The first one had the Henson Company involved. It was not bad at all. It's not bad. It's pretty good. And it's got some catharsis. It's got dark darkness in it, and Raphael's
I lost the sigh, okay?
Yeah, it's got some darkness to it.
All right, so Evan, again, a movie with catharsis.
Yeah.
A movie with some darkness. I have to guess, and Casey, I use the correct search terms when you search this, that the first movie got generally good reviews, but the second movie did not.
Talking about Gremlins?
Okay, we can do that next. I want to know what Gremlins 2 did. I was going to say, Casey, what is the Rotten Tomatoes score for Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey?
This is a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Objectively, an interesting and good movie. Like, it's very different. It's got a lot of like quirky, weird shit to it. I think in a lot of ways it's better than the first one.
Many, but we say that now in 2021. Rotten Tomatoes calls its score from back in the day. What is we're not talking about the critical reevaluation, which is that Bogus Journey is a very good movie.
I think
what did they say back then?
Yeah, if the first one got, I don't even know what the first one got, but the second one I have to imagine is barely, if it's fresh, it's barely fresh. I'm
gonna say 43%.
That's I was thinking in the 50s somewhere, but that's not even fresh. I'm gonna go 58.
So real quick, just in case this changes your score, Brian, you're incorrect. The ratings that it is pulling for anything, at least in this case, are modern, like 2016 on.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh, that does change it.
Yeah, that changes it.
I'm giving it an 85%.
Yeah, that's gonna bump mine up too. I'm gonna go 76.
Interesting that you would say that, because you actually you went the wrong direction.
Oh no.
So it is 57 the actual Rotten Tomatoes score is. The original had an 81 and 3 has an 82.
Whoa. What's the fan score?
50 for Bogus Journey is 56. So it's pretty much right around the same.
What?
That's crazy.
Are they fans? If they're, you know what,
Brian,
is like.
Here's what's happening, Brian. Audiences are stupid,
and we're smart.
And Bogus Journey was too much for them. That's like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was a very simple, like, ooh, high school, and then when they go to hell, everyone was like, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. This is too complicated.
Okay.
Station.
All right.
We were going to what? Aliens?
All right. Very much along the same lines. In this movie series, if the second
you already
one
said Gremlins.
Oh, okay. Fine. I got that one. I'm fine.
Gremlins 2, correct? That's what he said?
Right.
Oh, man.
Arguably the better Gremlins movie.
Oh, this is hard.
I don't know if it's arguably, but...
This is really difficult. I know. There's no possible way that this is a fresh movie. I'm going to go... 51.
I'm going to agree with Evan that this is not a fresh movie. I'm going to say 42%, with the caveat that Roger Ebert gave it a good review.
I also think I went too high. Casey, what's the verdict?
And I'm not going to be able to check that. Brian, what was your score again?
42.
42? Okay. It's actually 72.
What?
It's 72.
How are we this bad at this now? I was so
good
for a while.
Do we just think our tastes are persecuted when they're really not?
And then the audience score is 57.
Oh, wow.
Did these people not have HBO when they were 6? I don't understand.
I don't know. So the original had an 85% tomato score and then 78% audience score.
That's fine.
Okay, so
how come there hasn't been another Gremlins movie? I think we're overdue, right? Because that last one came out in 1992.
That would be a good time for one.
When's the last time Joe Dante made a movie?
I don't know.
Who made The Rocketeer?
Joe Dante. I have no idea. Spielberg.
Casey, do me. Well, okay.
Ooh.
Rocketeer's on the Casey,
Rocketeer. What's the score on Rocketeer? That is.
I bet you it's a 73.
I was gonna say 78. Casey bought 5,000. What is it?
Rocketeer is. Hold on. What was your guess, Evan?
78.
Brian?
72.
62.
You said okay, 62.
He said 62. Okay, 66. So
wow.
Oh, finally on the board. On the board.
We're gonna have to make this a game. We're gonna have to keep track of this.
What do you think? That's what I'm doing. I'm keeping track.
Oh.
Okay, all right. So here's what I was gonna say before Gremlins 2. This is a movie series where if people who like number 2 the best, they're just wrong because number 2 is arguably the worst. Casey, what is the Rotten Tomatoes score for Back to the Future Part 3?
Ooh.
See, because it's not like it's the movies like everybody loves Back to the Future. That's got to be a 97 or some shit, you know?
It's
right?
just not a good movie. I mean, it's not that great.
You're just wrong about that.
What are you talking about?
You don't understand what makes Back to the Future good. It's just that simple.
I'm saying 50,
okay, Brian,
54, 56, 56.
56? Brian.
72.
Ooh.
80%.
What?
Yeah.
80%?
The audience score is 78%.
Wow.
So the original is 96% tomato score, and then get this, Back to the Future 2, 66%.
Wow.
Yeah, Back to the Future 2 isn't good. If only because at the very beginning of the movie, it completely breaks its time travel rules.
Yeah.
Because when Einstein gets into the DeLorean in the first movie and goes forward a minute, he disappears. He's not there to like have any dog babies or anything. When Marty gets into the DeLorean at the end of Back to the Future Part 1, beginning of Part 2, and goes to the future, he disappears from the time stream. He and Jennifer should not be there to have babies. Very annoying. Hate it.
Right on. But, okay, so getting back to the purpose of this segment is the movies that we liked that we think have low scores.
I want to start guessing what the 100%ers are.
I think there are only one or two, and one of them is like Godfather, and the other movie that has like above a 95 is like Dark Knight. I think
that
movie's awesome,
dude.
One of them has to be.
But that can't be the only
the Toy Stories.
Toy Story 3, I bet, is 100. But then you got like dickheads like Armand White.
I'm sorry, dickheads.
Trying to pull up the 100% list.
I want to continue with this like less than 10% list, but also the movies that we liked as a kid list. Okay, Brian, did you ever enjoy and or see the 1986? I'm using my squinty eye because I don't remember. The movie entitled The Gate, starring Stephen Dorff.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope. What is Jason Takes Manhattan? I'm gonna guess 20%.
I'm on board. Maybe 24. Jason Takes Manhattan, the Friday the 13th 8 film.
Yeah.
Which came out in 1988, 7 maybe.
89.
I love it.
89.
What?
89.
They got an 89? Wow.
No. 89 is the year it came out.
Weird. Isn't it weird that like Jason Takes Manhattan came out the same year as Batman?
Yes.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
And UHF.
And UHF.
All right. So Evan, what is your guess?
I'm gonna go 24.
Brian.
20.
8%.
Damn it.
Maybe I don't know how these percentages are calculated.
Look, this is only the first time we've ever done this. We'll do it again. We'll get better. It's fine. And also, we should get like future guests on the show to play this game with us.
Oh, Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
I meant to say that earlier.
I'm gonna say 0 on that one.
I'm with you. It's a 0. I agree.
I'm gonna guess something different.
It's between 0.
I'm sorry. Nintendo Power gave it 4 out of 4. It's a 1%.
It's between 0 and 4.
So what do you guess?
$1, Bob.
Yeah.
Evan?
I'm gonna go 0.
Okay, believe it or not, it has a 24%.
What?
Wow.
The movie's horrible.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Okay, look up Johnny Mnemonic.
Wow.
Because I think that movie came out around the same time, and it's an objectively bad film.
I'm touching my chest. I'm so excited about the incredible movie that just popped into my head that I'm excited to say after Johnny Mnemonic.
So at this point, Johnny Mnemonic doesn't count because we were talking about this one earlier.
62%.
I still don't remember.
That's fine, but I just of course you would say that.
No, I really don't. It's very low, I'm sure. But just
what was your guess?
Just 20.
It's 12%. 12%.
12. Okay.
Okay. The movie that I've chosen stars, I'm pretty sure, Edward Furlong. You know, everyone's favorite pecker. That is not the film. The film I have chosen is Brain Scan.
Brain Scan?
Brain Scan.
Okay. Edward
Furlong buys this video game, right? And the video game might be virtual reality or some shit. It's very much a Lawnmower Man scenario.
But, I was going to say we should look up what Lawnmower Man is after this.
No, we should look up what Lawnmower Man 2 is. But the video game murderer starts inhabiting Edward Furlong's mind, and then people start dying. And is it because of the Edward Furlong's a murderer? And that's kind of what I remember about it. Casey, I'm guessing 32%.
Evan?
I have no clue. I've never seen it, but I have to guess that it's terrible. 17.
Survey says 19. Evan is actually
so bad at this.
Interestingly enough, the audience score was 60%.
60. Okay, hold on.
Ooh, Color of Night.
I know I said Johnny Mnemonic, but Hackers. What's Hackers? Let's do Hackers.
Ooh, and then Sneakers. Sneakers is like, I'm sure it's 85.
Anything that ends with Ers.
I want to know what Color of Night is.
Okay, so what are your guesses for Hackers?
I'm gonna say 38. No, 36.
Hackers?
No, Hackers. 1995.
I'm gonna say 69.
Ooh,
nice. 33.
Oh.
Evan takes the point.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Color of Night. This one's definitely 69.
I don't.
They should just.
What is?
You know what the Color of Night is?
No, I've never seen it.
That's the Bruce Willis movie where you can see his dick when he fucks in the pool. It's the super sexy. Yo, you should listen to the "How Did This Get Made" Color of Night episode.
I've heard it. I have heard it. It was a long time ago, but yeah, I have not seen the movie.
Oh yeah, you can see full on, his bell head. It's amazing.
Cool.
Like Bruce Willis, and then she ends up being like, I don't think it's a full on sleepaway camp where she ends up being a dude. But I think
spoiler!
I think she is pretending
Casey,
to be a dude.
Casey, what's the Rotten Tomatoes on Sleepaway Camp?
What's your guess?
Oh, for
14% on Color of Night.
Color of Night. I'm gonna 14. I have no idea.
Well, somebody's got to change it. It doesn't matter. Color night is 22.
Oh.
See, there are no rules and the point don't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Still got to calculate.
Until they do, Brian. Until they do.
One more. We got one more.
Sleepaway camp.
Oh. There's multiple sleepaway camp. We're talking about the 1983 version.
Yes, the first one, yeah. This is a great podcast. But,
it's very good. I love it. I'm having a great time.
All right, Evan, what's your guess?
My guess is 48.
Brian?
48? 12.
78.
Whoa!
Wait. Out of how many? And how many of them have the words horror.com in the title?
It drops from 78% in Sleepaway Camp 2 to 55%.
Wait, so
there's many of these.
Weird. Would not think of that as a movie that people would necessarily going to like. Like, even now, like, people aren't into that shit. Weird.
Either way,
Casey. Weird.
Guys, successful. Casey, thank you so much for this segment. This has been
great.
A joy. A total joy.
It's a pretty tight show, everybody.
I was going to say, for the 7 people that are watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. Also, very, very much thank you to Zach for sending us some money on Venmo. In the meantime, it is now time to get a little angry. Ow! Time to get a little Ventol. Time to get a little pissed off. Time to get a little murderous.
Fatality.
Time to go right ahead and tell everyone to shut up.
We gonna let the band deal with this. Old school.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the others. This is the end of the show in which you give the opposite of mad props, aka shut-ups. 2 persons, places, and things that are giving us the opposite of jollies and deep-proving our lifestyles. Casey, I know we've got 1 from the Fam Zone.
Quick programming note. The tally is in. And Evan, you have 9 points. And Brian, you have 5 points.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is something we need to continue doing.
I think it's a good, instead of what do you hope you hear when you get to heaven, it's a, hey, what's your favorite movie? Let's look up its Rotten Tomatoes.
All right. Chris says, shut up to the county conservative echo chamber at Baltimore humor.
This is a thing that we talk about personally but never hear.
God.
That shit's the worst, man. It's like
I'm going to get
joke.
very close to the camera right now so I can say something. The cheap humor angle is not something I've ever been a fan of, and I'm never going to do it. So the fucking Instagram and the Twitter and all of it is never going to be as cheap and low and stupid and fucking mean and awful as these various other Baltimore angled, basically county-based humor accounts clearly are. Thank you.
There's a reason that our show, there's a level of entry, and it's a fucking hour a week. And that's what we ask. It's not like, get to know us.
There is also a reason that the Facebook page has never crested over 30,000 likes. It's because, the humor at times can be low, but for the most part, it's not.
It's character-based humor. You gotta get to know us.
It's a little smarter than Baltimore humor. Shots fired. Sorry.
I hope they hear about us. They've got a big following. I hope
Fuck
someone
'em.
tells them.
They'll be burnt out.
You can use the pub.
they will be burnt out just like every other Baltimore-based podcast and/or page and/or group will be in the next 3 years. They all filter out, but we have not.
We're the cockroaches. We're the cockroaches.
We are resistant to radiation, baby.
We are Baltimore Magazine's Readers Poll 2020 Most Honorable Mention podcast. And I'm going to talk about that for at least another 2 years.
Sipping on that wine while we congratulate ourselves on almost 8 years of podcast. No, I think it's been 9 years at this point. I don't know. I gotta do a redux on that. Casey, what do you got?
Zach Electric Golf says, "Shut up to assholes. Asshole people, not actual assholes. They're okay on the whole."
Oh.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
My shut up this week is to bad delivery food. Get your shit together.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Ooh, also to potential insurrection 2.0.
No, I want to shut up to, like, not having a, like, how does the government not have a plan? The local government does not have a plan for vaccine distribution when we've only had, like a year to think about this. And, it's like, okay, it's time to start vaccinating normal people, not just the doctors and the nurses. And what do you know? Nobody knows what's going on.
Casey, I'm glad you said that because I've had a lot of thoughts about this as a government employee at this point. What I've noticed is an utter brain drain in terms of getting people who want to work in public service. We've trained everybody to want the most amount of money for doing the least amount of work, and the people that are currently in that are currently in government work are all nearing retirement because we have a severe recruitment problem. And I can't tell you that anyone working in public service needs to be making like $225,000 a year. Some of them do in high-ranking positions, but there is a severe issue with intelligent, educated people working in public service. That's it. And that is why we've got the problem that we've got right now across the board. I'm not just saying like vaccine distribution, it's like everything. In my experience, dealing with people in government, that's what's going on. Thanks.
Great TED Talk.
Welcome to TED Talk. All right, who else got a shut up?
Oh, I do. Honestly, I'll shut up to myself. Haven't been on the bike in a while, but with school coming up and stuff, like trying to get back in a routine. I've been riding to work, and boy, are my arms tired.
Look, man.
No, my legs are. And honestly, I beat myself up over the Christmas break. And coming out of that in January, woof.
Yeah, get one of those little spinner deals, one of them bike things.
Oh, I'd like to get myself a little spinner, if you know what I mean.
No. This is not that kind of show.
Gotcha.
Get one of the one of those bike mount things, where you can bike on stationary.
Well, no, I'm biking to work again. It's like a fucking mile, but like right off the bat from my house, it's like a big hill. It's like
Casey, are we done? Did we do it?
I think we're done.
Okay,
we did it.
Great. Yeah, the song's long over, so I don't need to pipe it up and do the sound effects. That has been Shut Ups. All right, gang. This has been episode 345, 6 of the CTB show. Thank you very much for listening and/or watching. I can't imagine if you're watching this on YouTube, you've watched for an hour and 5 minutes. I just can't. But if you have, thank you so much. Leave us a comment.
You got your smart TVs. This is something good to do.
I got to tell you, this is the subscriber number on YouTube has gone up. It's going up. It's going
I'm
up.
watching it.
Yeah, I don't get a whole lot of alerts, but when I check back, it's going up. And apparently I've got a lens flare in my eyeball this entire episode.
J.J. Abrams must be filming this.
My favorite
Brian, you look like you have cancer.
I can see the circles in my eyes. I look like I have cancer?
Yeah, like the lighting is washed out, and it's a little pallid. Anyway,
I'm trying to perfect my Andrew Beckett cosplay.
Oh, is that going to be your Halloween costume next year?
Do you know who Andrew Beckett is?
Of course. Philadelphia, the video.
It is. It is. I'm not sure if I got the last name right. I'm pretty sure I did.
Well, if we both got it wrong, then I apologize to Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington.
Both tell it to me like I'm 4.
Both of which will be guests on this show in the next few weeks.
Oh, apologies to Matt Damon. What is this?
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for being a fan. Thank you very much for being a friend. Have a great day and a better tomorrow.
Bye.